how to kick off this week's show. I think we should kick it off by waving bon voyage to the giant container ship known only as the Ever Given. It's ever gone, folks. It's just, we all had a fun week with that big boy just getting wedged into the Suez Canal. But thanks to the lunar cycles and a particularly strong supermoon, the tides have pushed it out to sea. And let's also thank those wonderful tugboat workers, those great team in the Suez. Both teams played hard, but in the end, the tides just wanted it more. So let's wave goodbye to the Ever Given and ponder a week's worth of memes. You know, this was the first big meme event of 2021. What did you guys make of it? Why do you think people responded so powerfully to the image of this giant ship wedged into a canal and holding up probably 15% of all global commerce?
For part of it's got to just be like, whom amongst us, right? I mean, come on, who hasn't been wedged into a place and causing backups and embarrassment and billions of dollars to global trade? Who hasn't had that experience?
I think it got big because of a general drought and things. Like this lasted way longer than most of these things do. Like everything is starting to last a little while longer. If you've noticed, like White Boy Summer, that was like a multi-day thing when previously it would have been a 1 or 2 day thing. I think there's a drought post-Trump.
Yeah, people are trying to fill their Trump hole.
Yeah, I like to go through like sort of like lib viral Twitter now, and it's like metrics are down. David Frum will get like 50 likes on some shit.
That's why you got to have things like Bill Kristol going, yeah, we should make Cuba a state.
Yeah,
he's trying to rile up the monkeys.
Yeah, it's like everyone's numbers are down. Metrics are down across the board. The only people that are thriving are those like catfish spam bots that post things like, sometimes a drink in a jar is just a vibe, and it gets 700,000 retweets that someone in Moldova paid for so they can plug lights that give you cancer. That's the only thing that's still up. And then, of course, like sort of tired culture war things that are like, if a white guy reads Goodnight Moon, kill him. He's going to rape you. I didn't think it totally sucked or anything. Like, it's a funny event, but it's just like markedly different in tone, and people are searching for something. And it felt like a sort of like 2012 Twitter thing a little bit. I don't know if you felt like that.
I think it was a little bit of a throwback in a number of ways, and I think people were sort of charmed by it because both of the sheer size of this container ship and just a sort of reminder that, you know, everyone likes to think about like sort of the global economy and the marketplace and capitalism and technology as this kind of invisible thing that's just sort of humming along on computers. But that's not really the case. I mean, this was just like wind shut this shit down because it just wedged this gigantic fucking ship into this very narrow shipping lane. And it stuck, it ground all global commerce to like a halt virtually. I mean, ships are going around the Cape of Good Hope for like the first time since they built the fucking
Vasco
Suez
da
Canal.
Gama hours. Who up?
Look who came crawling back.
Yeah.
Decreccio has been sailing there for centuries, and he's like, this has been the best place to go since like the 1800s. What the fuck? Everyone's getting in my way now. Sunday drivers.
I think it's sort of a reminder about like this sort of how low tech some of what, I mean, I understand the Suez is like an amazing piece of like engineering and just like the size of these ships in general are, you know, no small feat, but it's this very physical, the physical economy, as Lyndon LaRouche would say. But yeah, I mean, it's just this sort of charming thing. I mean, I think people felt I agree with what you said, Matt. I think people looked at the ship and they were like, that's me. I mean, who hasn't just gotten stuck somewhere and fucked everything up?
Yeah. Well, I thought the porn that people drew of it was interesting because it was like always an embarrassed girl with a big ass. Never like a sort of like anime girlish boy with a big cock and the cock's getting stuck in the canal. It's an embarrassed woman with a huge ass. And I feel like that's how a lot of young people feel.
Yep, we're all just embarrassed anime ladies crying in the transom.
Yeah,
I was laughing though, thinking about like everyone was like getting off their jokes about it, and I was just laughing, imagining a guy who has like stuff on that ship who's getting insanely pissed because people are making fun of like, and he's just like, I have cocaine on that boat, okay, I need it.
Well, that's the thing is that it's one of the rare news events that's actually a significant event. You know, it put a kink in global trade flows. It costs billions and billions of dollars and all that, but it's also it's nobody's getting hurt.
Yeah.
And how often does that happen when you got something of consequence occurring that isn't directly causing misery to untold people? And yes, you know, ripples in the economy, but it's just a boat stuck in a canal. There's nobody getting like pulled apart by vultures or something. Like, I mean, 90% of news events in the world are.
Didn't the
it's not a mass shooting.
Didn't the captain of the boat try to do one of like draw one of those GPS dicks with the container
That's
ship?
what it looked like, yeah, which makes me wonder what was going on there. I mean, I'd like a little more information.
So
probably get bored at sea.
So do that. I mean, you know, whatever happens at sea, you know, I mean, sometimes you're drawing a giant dick with your giant container ship, and sometimes you're sucking one. But do you think the captain of this ship is going to be in trouble? You know, when he like gets back to
I hope
the
not.
dock or whatever.
Yeah, come on. What are you gonna? Come on, man. It'd be funny if he was like drunk, but even then, it's like whom amongst us? He didn't know.
It's actually safer to drive a boat drunk.
I think that's true.
The thing that gets you killed on the sea is hesitation. And when you're drunk, when your inhibitions are limited, you're a more primal driver.
And, you know, just it would seem to be we all need to, you know, tip our caps to the tides and to apparently a particularly good supermoon was sort of instrumental in putting this boat out to sea again. And I just got to say, I don't know if we should be thanking or attacking the witches for this. I mean, did they do this, or did they trap the ship, or did they free it? What have they done to the moon?
Yeah, that's a classic
lately?
move. They trap the ship in order to then get the contract to move it. It's insider dealing.
It's a witch Reichstag fire.
Mm-hmm. So, and to Felix's point though about how this has lasted longer than usual, an opinion piece in The Guardian just came out right now that is the kind of thing that would have happened, that seems to happen like within an hour of most events becoming memes, and that is the insanely tedious fake woke backlash to get people annoyed, the clickbait trolling, and concern trolling. And here it is in The Guardian: the Suez boat saga enthralled the world, but not those with naviphobia.
What?
Stuffed container ship triggered people with fears of ships and sea wreckage and megalophobia, the fear of large objects.
That's that's a throwback. Like most woke articles now are about streaming shows, and most hate clicks are like that's very like Guardian like 2015 or so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe today I saw that trailer for that Guy Ritchie movie. Maybe we really are rewinding a few years.
Yeah, I mean, do you think
it
like
really feels like it, man? It really feels like it.
This is a Harambe style event.
I mean, if you take it seriously that we've reached the end and that there can be no development from now, then we have to just sort of do like the reverse Big Bang and just go backward through culture.
No, we're literally doing that, and honestly, like, yeah, fine. Man,
whatever.
Yeah, it's not like there were any like. There were too many like great movies or shows or anything during the Trump years. I think it would go forward a little if they let Joe talk more.
Oh man,
we'll talk about it later. But I think Biden's staying true to his promise of rewinding the horrible grind of history to another period that sucked.
Yeah, that's our option. It's like you don't get things to not suck. You get to pick which sort of variety of cultural sucking you get to enjoy.
Let's go back to 2011. Let's all put on our maroon jeans and a vest and stoner shades and like think we're the first person that heard MGMT, the sound of the summer. Let's go back.
Back then? I actually liked when Marvel movies came out. I thought they were good.
Was there any part of you guys that was just sort of kind of hoping that the ship would be stuck there forever, or that they would have to blow it up or something?
No. The idea of them blowing it up was cool. I would have liked that.
I don't know. I have certain things on that ship. As you know, I'm in business with several families of New Yorker writers, and I cannot discuss this further, who or what I have on the ship, but I need it.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, my joke was that I had a shipment of rare Goku statues filled with cocaine, and like I see your jokes and they're not funny to me.
Yeah, Goku statues really work in keeping robbers out of your house. They're like, oh, that's like a hobo symbol. They're like, oh, Goku lives there. You can't rob that house. He's gonna make his hair blonde again and beat the shit out of you.